War Chief, grave news. Our scouts have spotted a column of ghouls heading this way.
So the undead commander has tired of cowering in his earthy tomb and seeks a more final rest. How many enemies do we face?
Over 20 ghouls, War Chief. A couple of necromancers and a dozen or so gargoyles.
We cannot linger here. I have little fear of their ghouls, but if their gargoyles caught us in our zeppelins, we would have no way of defending ourselves. I must remember to thank the undead for leaving us unmolested for nearly 4 hours. Their response times are getting worse. We have searched the castle from top to bottom and found nothing but debris. It makes no sense. Ushgar, old friend, I need your perspective on this. You are the undead commander of the region. Why would you leave such an obvious strong point as this fortress ungarrisoned?
Perhaps I think that the castle is too deep in our territory to be threatened. Maybe I know it contains nothing. Maybe I know that its true potential lies in its symbolic value to the humans. It would be a magnet to them.
In the meantime, I will leave it empty and conserve my strength for use elsewhere. I'm impressed. Half the battle is won simply by getting into the mind of your opponent.
Thank you, War Chief. Now I really must insist that we leave before the undead discover us.
Are you sure that we are out of earshot here?
As sure as I am of anywhere. You never can tell where a shade may be lurking. Perhaps that's why the Lich King is credited with being all-knowing.
You shouldn't say such things. He might hear.
I am sure that the Lich King has better things to do than to wait to hear the deathless prose from yet another of his faceless acolytes, Miles. You said that you had something important to tell me.
I was in the Citadel this morning while I was tidying some documents, when I came across the rosters for our mining operations. Can you believe that they expect us to double our shifts? I didn't know what to do. I spoke to the foreman about whether the shifts were changing, and he told me not to ask about it, and then muttered darkly about shipping me off to Kalimdor.
So the prospect of eternal life is losing its hold on you, is it? Doesn't seem quite so likely that they'll station you to the earthly paradise you were promised.
This isn't a laughing matter, Kel'Zarak. They want to wear us down until we are walking skeletons like them.
Quite true. It seems that our ranks are thinning rapidly due to the twin ravages of attrition and desertion. The mortal component of the Scourge is in bad shape.
It's beginning to feel like this whole offensive is going to grind to a halt. I hear that the assault on Dun Eden has been postponed yet again, with the reserves being transferred to Kalimdor. Why do they need so many troops for in Kalimdor anyway? I hear that the demons themselves won't lift a finger unless they attack in overwhelming strength. Meanwhile, it's the poor mugs like us who have to worry each night about waking up with our throats slit. They say they can't spare enough guards. What rot!
I agree. The Scourge place little value on our lives. If what I'm thinking is correct, things are going to get a whole lot worse for us mortals. I've made some contingency plans. If they work, I may be able to pull most of the acolytes and necromancers out of the ashes of the Legion's defeat.
Complaining about your lot is one thing, but that sort of talk is treasonous. If the Lich King found out about this, we will all go down.
I've thought of that too. There is no way that I could hide such a plan for so long, unless in some way the Lich King wanted me to succeed.
Brother, please! What will it take for you to abandon this foolish cause? Cathal, for the longest time I thought you to be one of my most devoted disciples. I was wrong. You surviving the battle against the Undead Prince changed you. You are just like all the others. Malachi, Nezach. They are not the future of our clan. We are. Unlike you, my conviction never wavered, and soon I will be rewarded. You of all people understand I do this for our clan. Begin the ritual. We summon forth our new demon master to strike our enemies. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory!
Behold, Evros!
My lady, I pledge my undying loyalty to you.
Ha ha ha. Come now, Evros. You flatter me. I've seen your people's struggles and how you were unfairly cast off. Fortunately for you, my loyalties are not with the Legion. I serve only myself. And first things first, I'd like to help you get revenge on those that have wronged you.
Yes, anything, Your Grace.
Please, call me Lady Magra.
Oh, brother.
Good morrow, Garth. How is our little prince?
As ornery as ever.
Mathias, I've asked the war chief once again to let you free, but he tells me that you refuse to leave peacefully.
No one gets to cage me and brag about it, Duncan. I swear to you that once I am free, I will set this camp aflame.
Why must you carry the burden of such hatred? You turned on your own people at Renwick. For what? For the orcs?
Renwick was never about the orcs, Duncan. Did you think that all this came about because of some tantrum? Do you think that little of me? If I am to be king, I will require the respect of my people. One cannot sustain a kingdom on fear and title alone. You must be seen to be worthy. My father did not trust me to go to Northrend with Arthas. Instead, I was given the task of rounding up refugees. Refugees! That's not a command. That's a slap in the face.
But you could not have known that you were facing a leader like Malachi. There is no shame in being defeated by a worthy opponent.
Must you constantly worship that orc, Duncan? It would not matter to my people if I was beaten by Doomhammer himself. They still view it as a failure. Is that not so, Duncan? That is why when I arrived at Renwick, I found an armed host. That is why the mage said to my face that I was no more than a thug with an army. That battle was not about orcs. It was about my right to wear the crown. My own people did not think me worthy. My own people took up arms against me.
You misinterpret their motives, Mathias. These were good people. They saw the undead poisoning your ear and were afraid. They feared you had taken your brother's path and betrayed them.
Betrayed them? The betrayal took place when you crossed the bridge, Duncan. The betrayal is taking place now as you side with the very orcs that humiliated me. I trusted you, Duncan. I thought you were my friend.
I am still your friend, Mathias, but the world has changed. We must all stand against the Legion, orc and human alike. Can't you see that this is the only way to save our people?
I cannot stand with Malachi and still be king. He may be as noble as you say, Duncan, but unless I defeat him, I will never wash away the taint of common blood. My father may be dead, but the task he set me is still incomplete.
I pity you, Mathias. To thirst for the crown so much and yet understand so little about what it means. Perhaps your cage is the best place for you.
So that is where you rest, little prince. The master must be told this.